Hey everybody, and welcome to Pilates Fit Tone. So today we are going to get a full body workout that's going to not only strengthen but help stretch you. So you are going to need some weights. I would suggest anywhere from 2 to 5 pounds. So we will go ahead and get started. We're going to start out with our 100. So let's put our feet straight out in front of us, and then we're going to extend the arms, and then we're slowly going to lower down with control. The head will be placed on the mat, and let's go ahead and float the knees up so the shins are parallel to the ceiling. We're going to raise the arms about 6 inches off of the mat, and then we're going to lift the head and the chest. So our core muscles are nice and contracted, and we're going to start to pump our arms. We're going to inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. So go ahead and continue with this. And if you want to make it a little bit harder, you can straighten the legs up. Just kind of test yourself and see if that's something maybe that your body is calling for today. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you can lower those legs down. So what I really want you to pay attention to is making sure that the back is not arching. So just kind of play around with it. When you feel that back starts to arch, bring those legs up just a little bit, and that's your happy spot. All right, let's go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower the head down, pull the knees into the chest, and just kind of rock it out from side to side. And we'll place our feet back down on the mat. This is our modification. We're going to pull the left knee into the chest and then extend that leg up. You can straighten your right leg for more of a challenge. We're going to turn that left foot out, and we're just going to circle that foot towards the knee and swing it around. So you're going to inhale and then exhale. So it's inhale half the circle and then exhale to complete the circle. So play around with your circles here. Let's do one more. And we'll reverse it. So swing it out and bring it back around. So the larger your circles are, the harder it is. The smaller it is, the more of a modification you're going to have for this. All right, let's go for one more. And pull that knee into the chest. Just kind of roll the ankle around a little bit. And then we'll switch. So do the exact same thing that you did on the other side. I'm going to demonstrate with the straight leg on this one. So we'll pull the right knee into the chest, the leg goes up, we turn the foot out, and we circle that leg down and around. So inhaling halfway, exhaling to complete. Let's go inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale, exhale, and reverse. Inhale, exhale. Don't forget about the core, making sure the core muscles are nice and activated and engaged. Let's do one more. And pull that knee into the chest and just kind of roll the ankle around. And then we're going to go into our little ab series here. So we're going to do what's called head raisers. So we'll take the hands behind the head, and then we're going to lift the head and the chest up. So we're not rounding, we're not pulling on the neck, and then we lower back down. So we lift, leading with the chest, and then we lower back down. Lift and lower. And you're going to exhale as you lift, and then inhale as you lower. Exhale as you lift, inhale, lower, and lift and lower. So we're slowing these down a little bit. So I really want you to feel what muscles are working here. Really focus on leading with the chest, not curling the neck. Let's do one more. And lift and lower. Let's go ahead and add a leg movement. So we're going to lift this left leg in. So we're going to lift the leg and raise up just like we did in our head raiser. And then lower back down, and we'll switch. Right leg comes up as we lift and then lower. We lift and lower. So notice how maybe the lower part of your abs have started to activate a little bit more in this one. And lift. Still making sure we're leading with that chest. Usually this is where the first one people are like, oh, this isn't wasn't so bad. And then it's like, okay, really feeling this. Let's go for 3 more. 2, last one. And for this one, we're going to add a crisscross. So we're going to take the elbow and bring it to the opposite knee. So we're going to lift the knee up, lift the head and the chest up, and we cross. So notice I'm not pulling my knee in. You want to try to reach your elbow towards the knee so we really activate the oblique. And then lower down. And then lift that knee up, really try to bring that elbow over, and then lower down. Just a slower, more controlled version of that bicycle crunch. Make you stop and feel this. Feel those obliques working. And twist. So let's connect our breath. We're going to exhale as we twist. Inhale as we bring it back to center. Exhale as we twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Let's go for 5 more. Really want those obliques to get some work. And twist. If you can bring your elbow all the way to your knee, cool. If not, cool too. And relax. Go ahead and straighten your arms and your legs. Give yourself that nice, good, I just woke up in the morning kind of stretch. We're going to roll up. So I want you to bend your knees. You're going to take your arms up, lift your head and your chest, and we're going to roll up. If you get stuck here, you can grab behind your thighs and give yourself a little bit of a assist. And we're going to scooch ourselves back so we get nice and long. We have enough space to extend our legs out in front of us. We're going to take our feet and we're going to bring them about mat's distance apart. So the edges of the feet will line up with the edges of the mat. We're going to sit up nice and tall. So I want you to just kind of feel what's going on in this. This could be a challenge for some people. So if you're feeling kind of tight in your low back and your hips, bend your knees, or if you have a pillow or some kind of lift, just sit it under and lift yourself up. That'll help relieve some of the pressure you may be feeling in that area. So we're going to extend the arms out to the side. So we're going to be in a T position. Sitting up nice and tall, like somebody's pulling a string, you're towards the ceiling. Inhale and then exhale, twist to the right. And inhale back to center, and exhale, we twist to the left. And back to center. All right, let's do it this time. We're going to twist, and this time we're going to pulse for 1, 2, bring it back to center, and we're going to pulse for 2 on the other side. So we're going to twist and pulse 2, back to center. Inhaling, sit up tall. Exhale, twist, pulse 2, and center and twist, pulse 2. And back to center. Sit up nice and tall. Lower your hands down to the ground. Try to straighten your arms and press into the floor. So you sit up nice and even more straighter. And go ahead and relax. And just feel the difference of just kind of relaxing and slumping over sitting versus sitting up nice and prim and proper. We're going to move into our little leg series real quick. So line your upper body up with the back of the mat. You can extend your arm out. If you have a pillow, you can rest your head on a pillow, or you can prop your head in your hand. We're going to take both of our feet to that top corner. I want you to make sure your hips are stacked one on top of the other. So you can take your hand here, or you can take your hand in front of your belly and just lean slightly forward. That way you'll feel your core muscles activate a little bit more. So we'll take that top leg and we're going to raise it up to hip height. That's our starting and stopping point. Foot will just be kind of relaxed, and we're going to raise it up and lower it back down. Up and down. So really the only thing that's moving in the body is the legs. We don't want to throw any part of our upper body into this. We're really going to focus on activating the glute and the hip. And your back will feel it as well. But don't forget about activating the core. Just because we're not moving in the torso area doesn't mean we're not activating it. All right, let's go for 2 more and 1 more. Now let's bring that leg forward, and then we're going to send it back. Bring it forward and send it back. So notice when you send that leg back, is your upper body kind of leaning forward? If it is, maybe don't shoot your leg as far back, and you can even take your hand on your hip just to kind of put yourself in check here, because we really want to focus on extending that hip back behind us and letting the hip do the work rather than throwing your upper body into it. All right, let's go for one more. And let's bring those heels together. You can lower it down so this top foot is slightly turned out. We're going to circle forward. So we're going to circle forward for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And you can do them about the size of tennis balls. Last one. And reverse it. Really try to click those heels or get them as close as you can when doing this. But really focus on turning that foot out to activate the inner thigh. One more. Great job. Take the hands, press yourselves up. Just kind of move the legs out a little bit, and then we will move over to the other side. Lining up the exact same way, upper body to the back of the mat. Rest your head and your hand either way. I'm going to make sure I got enough space here. All right, let's raise that leg up. We're at that hip height, and we're going to raise it up and lower it down. Up and down. Same rules apply. You want to make sure those hips are stacked, so just kind of check in by placing your hand on your hip if you'd like. If you want more of a challenge, just kind of lean slightly into that hand so then you feel your core muscles activate. Let's go for two more and one more. All right, let's go ahead and bring it forward and then send it back. Forward and back. Paying attention again that the upper body isn't moving forward when that leg goes back. And you may find you're more flexible and less wobbly or more wobbly on one side than the other. All right, last one. And let's bring it forward. So heels together, foot is turned out. Let's circle forward for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that foot down, just kind of relax, and then we're going to push ourselves up. So we're going to come to a standing, but we're going to do it in a more graceful way. So we'll come into a tabletop position. We're going to flex our feet, and then our knees and our hips go up. So we go into a downward dog. And just kind of bend your knees one at a time. So get yourself a nice little stretch here, even more. And then start to bend your knees a lot, and then you're going to walk your hands back towards your feet. And then once your hands get to your feet, just round your whole body like you're in a ragdoll position. And then nice and slow, you're going to come on up. And let's grab those weights so we can work the upper body. So we got our weights here. I highly suggest not getting anything more than 5 pounds. I would even say 3 pounds is kind of the sweet spot for this particular exercise. If you have 5s, keep them close because you will probably want to use those for something else. So we're going to go into our Pilates style stance. So we're going to bring our feet together, and you're going to open up at the heels to form a V so you could fit a sliced pizza right between your feet. We're going to stand up nice and tall so our shoulders are stacked directly over our hips. And then I want you to really activate your core and pretend you're holding an imaginary ball between your thighs here. So that way we're activating our muscles and as we're in that turnout position in our legs. So we're going to take those weights, and you can do this without weights, honestly. I'm giving you a few that you don't really need weights either. So the palms are going to be facing towards the thighs. Relax the shoulders down, and let's start to do small circles towards one another as we raise the arms up. We want to go just above the head as we lower back down. Just small circles. And now let's reverse the circles. So the circles are going to move away from one another. Going just above the head and back down. So let's go ahead and reverse so you see where we're going with this. So some things I want you to think about when you're raising these arms up now. Is your back arching? Do you feel your back arching? If it is, just kind of scoop your tailbone under just a little bit and reverse. And then that way you can bring your spine back into that neutral position and you can really get that good core activation. All right, and let's bring the circles towards one another. This will be our last little set here. Probably feeling the burn. Maybe slinging a few curse words at me. Who knows? I've heard it all. And reverse those circles. It's all for our own good, right? And last one, we're going to lower it down. All right, relax the arms. Just kind of shake it out. Check back in with your body. Let's go ahead and stand up nice and straight. We're going to raise the arms out to the side and we're going to bend the elbows so that we've made a little football field goal for ourselves. Again, you don't even really need weights for this one either. So we're going to bring the elbows together. We're going to try to tap the elbows and then we're going to pull the elbows apart and try to push them behind us. So bring it in, tap, and extend behind you. So if you can't touch your elbows together, that's okay. Try to get as close as you can. You may not be there quite yet, and that's okay. And then what I want you to do is when you pull your arms back, really pull your arms back far, like you're trying to hold a pencil between your shoulder blades. And bring it together, tap, and back. Forward, and tap. So we get that strength as well as the stretch when doing this exercise. Watch the shoulders creeping up. Activate those core muscles. Squeeze that imaginary tennis ball between the thighs. Let's do one more. Bring it in and pull it back. Bring it to neutral, extend the arms out and lower those weights down. Just kind of shake it out a little bit. And we'll do one more back into our Pilates style stance. We're going to bring our weights up. So I want you to have a 90-degree bend at your elbow. This is called the tray. We're going to extend the weights out without letting the shoulders come up. And then we're going to pull back as far as we can. And then you're going to extend out and pull. So again, your elbows may not go as far back. That's okay. You may have a little bit of tightness in your chest and shoulder area, but that's okay. One of the cool things about this exercise is that you're going to get that little stretch to really help. You can probably hear Elvis back there. He's playing with his little toy. He wants to be involved. So we extend and pull. Let's go for 4 more. Pull. Extend and pull. Last one. And pull. Go ahead and drop those weights down. We're going to open up at the heels. We're going to do what's called boxing. This is kind of one of my favorite exercises in Pilates. I don't know why, I just like it. All right, we're going to bend the knees. So I want you to keep a nice flat back so we're not rounding here. So just kind of adjust your position to what feels comfortable for your body that you can actually hold. So we're going to take our elbows close to our sides. We're going to bend those elbows back at that 90 degree. Looking down at your mat, I want you to push your right arm out so the palm is facing down. And then you're going to shoot your left arm back so the palm is facing up. Keep your core tight, and then you're going to pull back to that original position, and then you're going to switch. So the left arm, palm is down, right arm, palm is up. Let's bring it back into center and switch. And bring it in and switch. So this one, sometimes people will use more like a 5-pounder. So if you want to switch weights, you certainly can. Check in with your body, especially that low back, to see if that back is arching and if that core is engaged. If it's not engaged, go ahead and tighten it up. So we got a lot going on here. The more and more you do this, the easier and more of a second nature it will become to you. You won't even really think about it. All right, let's go for 4 more. 3, 2, last one. And lower those weights down. Slowly come on up. And then you can set your weights to the side. We're going to bring it back down with ease and grace for a few push-ups. So let's go ahead and we will take our feet about hips distance apart. Let's take a nice deep inhale, reach up over the head, up towards the ceiling, and then let's roll down. And just allow yourself a nice good stretch here. Bend your knees if your hamstrings, the back of your legs are really tight. We're going to take our hands, walk it out to a plank position. Drop down to the knees, or you can come up in a regular push-up. We're going to do 3 push-ups. So we'll lower down and press up. Down and up. Let's do one more. Down, up. Let's flex those feet, go up and back into our downward dog. Get that good stretch. Bend your knees if you need to. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Ragdoll stretch. And then we're going to come up 1 vertebrae at a time. The head will come up. Let's take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, we roll back down. Ragdoll stretch. Bend your knees if needed. Walk it out to a plank. Let's get set up for our push-up position. And let's go down for 3, 2, 1. Flex the feet, back up, downward dog. And hands walk back towards the feet. Round that body. And then nice and slow, come on up. This will be our last one here. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, we roll back down. Enjoy that stretch. You've earned it. Walk it out to a plank. Drop down to the knees if you need to, like me for push-ups. Let's go down. Elbows go back. So these are more of a tricep push-up. All right, let's do one more. Down and up. Very good. Go ahead and sit your bottom back onto your heels, getting into a nice, good rest pose. Maybe kind of rocking from side to side if you need to. And then we're going to come on up to a tabletop position, and we're going to come to a cross-legged position, or whatever position is most comfortable for you. So let's sit up nice and tall. Maybe you feel like you can sit up a little bit straighter after your Pilates practice. You're going to close your eyes, drop your hands out to the sides, take a nice deep inhale. Bring the hands together, reach up towards the ceiling, put a smile on your face, begin to lower those hands down, and open your eyes. Great work today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think. Have a great day. Go be awesome.